When you're a freelancer, you should avoid adding any last minute expenses or paperwork for your clients. I'm Bruce Rule and I'm learning to thrive in the gig economy. I'm an editor and I'm a writer, and I just published a book called Heartfelt Goodbye, How to Write and Deliver a Eulogy Your Loved One Deserves. And every week I give you some advice on how to succeed in the freelance world. I've been doing it for a while. And this morning I had an experience at the rental truck company that highlighted something that I think we as freelancers need to avoid. I reserved the truck in advance and I waived their insurance, assuming that my insurance will cover it, my auto insurance. On the way to pick up the rental truck this morning, less than an hour before I'm supposed to pick up the truck, I get an email on my phone from the rental truck company. This long, legalized email saying, since I'm not taking their insurance coverage, I need to print out the attachment, fill it out with the advice of my insurance company, because I looked at the attached and some of the questions I couldn't answer based on what I have in my auto insurance pamphlet in my car. Very frustrating. I get to the rental company place and he said, "Oh, I see you're waiving our coverage." And I said, "Well, you didn't send me that waiver form till just a few minutes ago, and since I was on the way here, I haven't filled it out, and I have no way of filling it out right this minute. I guess that means I'm going to have to take your coverage after all, isn't it?" He said, "Okay," and he just started typing. I thought, no apology, no, "Oh yeah, I guess we could have sent it to you yesterday when you made the reservation," or anything like that. It left me with a little bit of a bitter taste in my mouth, you know? Now, you could argue whether or not I should take the insurance or not take the insurance, but giving me that required form just before I'm arriving and expecting me to have that filled out gave me no option. I had to pay the extra charge. And it reminded me of a restaurant I was in a few months ago in Washington, D.C. It was a very nice restaurant. We had lovely food, lovely service. And the bill came, and at the bottom of the bill, there was a 2% wellness charge added. I said, what is this? I've never heard of this. Didn't see anything on the menu about it. I looked around, there was nothing posted on a wall. I looked it up on the internet. I looked up the restaurant on the internet, and it turns out that restaurant and a number of other restaurants in DC and maybe other cities have started to add a 2% charge to your bill, they say, to help pay for the employee health coverage and taking care of their employees. Well, I mean, that sounds all noble and everything, but I would have liked to have known, you know? It felt underhanded for it to be handed to me as I'm getting the check. Oh, by the way, you're also paying for somebody's health care coverage. What? You know? Now, rental truck companies, restaurants, I think they are in a better position to sort of get away with it a little bit because they depend on volume. How many times are you going to rent a rental truck? You know, he doesn't care if I never go back there again, because how many times do you rent a truck, right? But we're freelancers. And what we need to be doing is working on building a relationship with the client. And just as I didn't like getting a 2% charge at the last minute, your client's not going to want to pay an extra charge at the last minute. So what you need to do at all times is be very cognizant that if there's any last minute thing going on, more paperwork, more expenses, you got to broadcast that as soon as possible and really think about whether it's worth it. Because I know that when I hire somebody, like this rental truck company's truck, and I all of a sudden have to pay money at the end that I didn't expect, I'm not happy. I don't know that I'll use them again. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know, but I'm not happy with them. What do you think? Am I making too much of these little charges? Or do you really think that they could sour a relationship with a client? And how do you handle it when you get these charges at the last minute? I'd be curious to find out. Please comment down below and like and share this, because I do think it's an issue that a lot of freelancers should be thinking about. And subscribe, because I do this every week. I'd really appreciate it. Until next week, take care.